Hello everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 house design video. So today I am back in Plymouth Isle, which is a world that I created completely from scratch, and you can check out that series on my channel if you have not yet. But this house is built on lot number 67, so it's right next door to the other one that I just did a few days ago. So this house, like the previous one, is based on a house that I already built, so don't worry, they're not all going to be this way. The next one I will be building from scratch, but for some of the houses I wanted to just use some houses that I've made previously that I just really like. And yeah, so basically this house was Cedar Heights, which I did in September, I think, 2016, so quite a while ago. And I'll leave a link so you can check out the original video if you want to. So yeah, this house is I think 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms, or 3 bathrooms. I think it's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. And this is lot 67. There'll be a download link in the description below, so you can go download this house and add it to the world. But yeah, for the purposes of this video, I'm basically just updating the house a little bit to make it fit into the world better. So yeah, the main changes that I'm making are the exterior color. So the color of the house used to be like this kind of yellowish color with like the cedar wood siding, but now I'm changing that like the shake siding to be like a lighter, more weathered color, and then I'm changing the outside the color of like the siding and stuff to be I guess a green. It's kind of like, it ends up being more of like a bluish green. I kind of change it from what I'm putting on right now. And then I also change the stone to be a different darker stone. And again, like main changes, like the previous couple like light renovations I've done, is like just changing the landscaping out so like the plants match the world a little bit better, and then also doing things like adding closets to all the bedrooms, because these older houses that I did, I never put closets in the bedrooms, which is something I like to do now. I also changed out the front door there, and also for some reason with this lot, I mean, I don't know if you noticed because I removed the terrain paint at the very beginning, but for some reason when I placed this lot down, like from the library, all the terrain paint was like moved over like maybe like 1 or 2 blocks, which is very strange. I've never seen that before. So like all the terrain paint on the lot was kind of like not aligned properly. It wasn't like where I'd put it originally, which was kind of strange. So I had to erase all the terrain paint and redo it all from scratch, which is fine. It's not a big deal. This house also had this like little attic space that was, I just like painted black originally. I actually ended up putting a ladder to that attic space and kind of putting like some lights and like some floors and walls in there. So if you download the house, you can put, you know, different things up there. I didn't end up putting anything up there, but you can use it now, I guess, because there's a ladder to it. And right now I'm just figuring out how to get closets in these bedrooms. Again, the closets are completely decorative. They serve no purpose other than just being a little bit more realistic. I just like to have them. So yeah, this bedroom just has one of those corner closets, which is even less realistic than the normal ones, but you know, just imagine that there'd be shelves in there or something. And yeah, in this bedroom, I just kind of moved some of those plants away and put a closet right there. But yeah, and the master bedroom I also put a closet in. You can see I just put the clothes in the closets. Yeah, so just recoloring some stuff here in the master bedroom because I had to remove the dresser in order to put the closet in. But yeah, so a lot of the things about this house are pretty simple changes. I changed some like the wall colors and stuff on the inside, some of the wallpapers. Here I'm changing the driveway, so I'm putting in the you know, pavement there instead of the kind of stone terrain paint that I had before. And this house, I ended up calling it Evergreen House because it's a greenhouse, and so I put a bunch of evergreen trees in the front and kind of around the house, you know, so it kind of fits in with that name, I guess. I don't know. I like this house though. I like this house and the house next door because these are both houses that I had already built, and I just kind of did some simple renovations to them. And yeah, they're kind of like larger houses, which is kind of what I intended for this little neighborhood here. And yeah, I think it works pretty well. Here I'm redoing the terrain paint for the front walkway because the old terrain paint was just for some reason not in the right spot. And I also wanted to change what the material was. But yeah, just doing some adjustments to the landscaping and things like that. And I'm also going to get in, I think, another evergreen tree kind of in the front area, kind of where that pathway kind of curves. But yeah, just getting in some other bushes and stuff, just some various things. Also the same like yellow daisies I've been using everywhere, or using in a bunch of houses and stuff like that. So yeah, just some simple stuff. Here I'm looking, I think, for an evergreen tree. Yeah, so I put one right there, which I thought was kind of nice. And some more daisies. And yeah, so just some various plants and stuff, just some like tweaks to the to the landscaping. And yeah, just getting some stuff around the trees. There's also another tree right there, another evergreen. Getting some stuff around that tree there. This house also works pretty well considering this is a corner lot, kind of a corner lot, because, like the road is like an intersection on that corner, and it has like a wraparound porch. So it kind of works, I feel like, to fit into this lot. But anyway, just tweaking the driveway there, moving the trash can and mailbox, and just getting in some landscaping around the mailbox and stuff, recoloring the mailbox as well. But oh yeah, here's the point where I start recoloring the siding. I wanted it to be a little bit more of a bluish color, but still green, but it's more of a bluish green, I guess. So yeah, I went through and I changed that out as well. So you can see, yeah, always a little indecisive when it comes to the colors of siding and stuff. But yeah, that's what I ended up going with. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think it goes nicely with the roof as well. I also changed this little section here, and I ended up putting a little closet in, a little hallway closet. I also made the master bathroom a little bit bigger as well, which is nice. So, and also I think made the outside look a little bit better because it was kind of a strange little bump out I had there. So I just simplified it a little bit, added like a shed dormer kind of roof on it. And yeah, and just adding, recoloring these windows up here. I did recolor all the windows on the house to be kind of like a color or like a texture that had a little bit more wood grain to it. I didn't like the flat look that it had before. I don't know, it just kind of looked a little weird to me. So I decided to use something that had a little bit more texture to it. So I did recolor all the windows and doors and all like the room trim, the same kind of stuff I did with the last house. And you can see I'm doing that here on the porch. So kind of on the railings and columns and stuff like that. And this house kind of has an interesting porch where I have these like wall segments that have like the wood siding on it with like the columns kind of on either side of those wall segments. I kind of like that. I think it's kind of interesting. But anyway, here just recoloring some more things like that. So just going around the house and doing that. And now I'm doing all the doors and stuff on the inside of the house and all the like the fireplace trim, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so nothing too crazy. Just going through, still doing that. Also getting that ladder in, and I just kind of did a few tweaks with some of the fencing. But yeah, nothing too crazy here. Yeah, so in the dining room, I did change the wall color. I didn't like the green and the red kind of next to each other, like the hallway's red and the dining room is green. So I did change that, as you can see, to kind of a gray color, and then I changed the chairs as well, a little bit more of a neutral palette there. I also had some cabinets over the washer dryer in the garage, and I also changed the hallway wallpaper out to be the same as the wallpaper in the living room. So you can see I just did that there. So pretty simple change, and I also doubled up these bookshelves so they look like they have a little bit more thickness to them. But I like those built-in bookshelves. I think they look pretty cool. Anyway, just tweaking the master bedroom wall trim, and I'm going to do that in all the rooms here. So just the same thing I did with the last house, just tweaking the wall trim color, which is, I know, a very minor detail, but yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And yeah, so I'm also just going to get some lights in the closets here, which is always good to have. So just putting those in. I'm going to recolor the clothing racks in the closets as well. So just doing that, just adding the whatever, making a match, whatever is in the bedroom. And then this here is a little closet. So it's like a little closet with some shelves in it on the hallway. So it's kind of like a linen closet, I guess. So obviously just decorative, but I like having things like that. It's also a good way to fill a 1x1 square that you otherwise don't know what to do with. But anyway, down here, I think I'm going to tweak the tile in the kitchen. I wasn't a huge fan of the blue, so I went with this kind of more subtle wall color in the kitchen. I wasn't going to put blinds in, but then I decided against it because there wasn't really any nice blind that matched that small one to go over the larger window. So I decided just not to bother with blinds. And then in the garage, I tweaked the wall material in here, or the wallpaper material in here, so that it is a little bit nicer looking instead of just like that weird wood paneling. So yeah, I just did that. But otherwise the garage stays pretty much the same. Recoloring that light fixture. What else? I don't even know if I do that much more. Probably most of the stuff left is just exterior things. Oh, I also have the attic here. So yeah, I just got some flooring and wall materials in the attic. So yeah, just doing that right now. But now the space is kind of usable, I guess, if you want to put anything up here. You know, if you don't have the house, you can put, various items up here in the attic if you want to, because now it's like a usable space, which is nice. So yeah. And what else? I think that most of the stuff left is going to be basically just exterior things I need to tweak. Just some small touch-ups. I actually recolor some of this outdoor furniture here, so it kind of just becomes gray instead. And what else? Yeah, I think we're just gonna do some outside stuff. I don't know. I'm just like looking around, doing some tiny little tweaks here and there. But yeah, we're actually nearing the end here. It's a pretty quick build just because, just some slight changes to an existing house. But hope you enjoyed this. Stick around for the next video, which will be a house I'm going to be building from scratch. The next few houses I plan on building from scratch. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video though, I greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing, and also leave any feedback in the comments below, and like the video if you enjoyed it. And of course you can check out the playlist where I have a bunch of house design videos on my channel, and you can check out the Plymouth Isle series on my channel as well, where I create this world completely from scratch. So if you want to see that and you haven't already, I'd recommend checking that out. Yeah, and we're kind of just doing a few more things here, just some terrain paint basically. There's going to be some screenshots coming up very soon, so I hope that you stick around for those. Gives you a little bit of a better idea of what the house looks like from my first person perspective. But here I'm just doing some landscape lighting, a few final tweaks, just some more terrain paint, all that kind of stuff around the house. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time.